I planted two identical seed potatoes on the same day in May. One went into a $3 laundry basket, the other into a 55-gallon trash bag. Same soil, same variety, same sunlight, same watering schedule. After 110 days, I dumped both containers and weighed the harvest. The difference was 9.4 pounds. One method completely destroyed the other, and the results weren't what I expected. Here, what every container potato tutorial fails to tell you. The container itself determines yield more than soil quality, more than fertilizer, more than variety selection, but nobody runs side-by-side tests with actual measurements. They just guess. I eliminated the guesswork. In a moment, I'll reveal which container won, why it won, and the exact design flaw that killed yields in the losing method. But first, you need to see the complete test setup. I'm walking you through the full experiment: container selection, soil composition, planting method, hilling strategy, watering protocol, and the three critical differences that explain the 9.4-pound gap. This isn't opinion. This is data from identical plants in controlled conditions. If you're planning to grow potatoes in containers this season, if you've been told trash bags work just as well as expensive containers, or if you want maximum yield from minimum space, this test will save you 3 months of wasted effort. Welcome to Plant Space Collective, where we grow more for less. Subscribe now because we're about to settle the container potato debate with actual evidence. Part 1: Test Setup and Variables. Let me show you exactly how I controlled this experiment. The containers. Laundry basket, 22 inches tall, 18 inches diameter, rigid white plastic with 1/4-inch perforations on all sides and bottom. Cost, $3.50 from a discount store. Trash bag, 55-gallon black heavy-duty contractor bag, 38 inches tall when filled, 24 inches diameter. Cost, $1.20 per bag from a multi-pack. Both containers held approximately the same soil volume when filled, 2.8 to 3.2 cubic feet. The soil mix. I used identical soil in both containers to eliminate soil as a variable. 50% bagged potting soil, 30% finished compost, 20% perlite. Mixed thoroughly in a wheelbarrow before dividing between containers. Total cost, $12 for enough mix to fill both containers. The seed potatoes. Yukon Gold variety, certified disease-free. I selected 2 seed potatoes of identical size, 3.2 ounces each, both with 4 strong eyes. I planted 1 seed potato per container to isolate yield differences to the container itself, not plant crowding. Location and conditions. Both containers sat side by side on my south-facing patio. Full sun exposure, 8+ hours daily, same ambient temperature, same wind exposure, same rainfall. I rotated container positions weekly to eliminate any microclimate advantages. Watering protocol. I watered both containers simultaneously with the same amount of water. I checked soil moisture daily and watered when the top 2 inches felt dry. Over 110 days, both containers received identical water volumes. Fertilization. No additional fertilizer beyond the compost in the initial soil mix. I wanted to test container performance, not fertilizer response. Planting date. May 12th, both seed potatoes planted on the same day using the same method. Part 2: Planting and Initial Growth Phase. Here, how I planted both containers. Laundry basket planting. I filled the basket with 6 inches of soil mix, placed the seed potato on top, side up, covered with 4 inches of soil. This left 12 inches of vertical space for progressive hilling. I watered thoroughly until water drained from the bottom perforations. Trash bag planting. I rolled the trash bag down to create a 10-inch tall cylinder, filled with 6 inches of soil, placed the seed potato on top, covered with 4 inches of soil. The plan was to unroll the bag progressively as the plant grew, adding soil layers for hilling. This is the standard trash bag potato growing method promoted online. I poked drainage holes in the bottom with a screwdriver, approximately 12 holes. Initial watering saturated the soil. Week 1-3 sprout. Both containers sprouted on day 9. Growth was identical for the first 3 weeks. Strong green shoots, healthy foliage, no visible differences. Week 4-6 First hilling. When plants reached 10 inches tall, I hilled both. Laundry basket added 4 inches of fresh soil mix, leaving top 2 to 3 inches of foliage exposed. Trash bag unrolled the bag 6 inches higher and added 4 inches of soil mix. Both plants responded well to hilling with accelerated growth. Part 3 The differences start to show. Around week 7, I noticed the first performance divergence. Foliage development. Laundry basket plant dense dark green foliage, thick stems, no yellowing or stress signs. Trash bag plant lighter green foliage, thinner stems, some lower leaves beginning to yellow. I assumed this was temporary and continued identical care. Week 8 Second hilling. Plants grew another 8 inches, time for the second hilling. Laundry basket added another 4 inches of soil, basket now filled to within 4 inches of the rim. Trash bag unrolled the bag fully and added soil. The bag was now 30+ inches tall and becoming unstable. Stability issues. The trash bag began to lean despite staking. The filled bag was top-heavy, wind caused it to tip twice, I had to prop it with bricks. The laundry basket remained stable due to rigid structure and wide base. Week 9-10 Soil moisture differences. I noticed the trash bag required more frequent watering, soil dried out faster. I checked soil temperature with a thermometer, laundry basket soil 68 degrees F, trash bag soil 78 degrees F. The black plastic absorbed heat, warming the soil 10 degrees higher than the white basket. Potatoes prefer cool soil 60 to 70 degrees F. Above 75 degrees F, tuber development slows. Week 11-14 Flowering and maturity. Both plants flowered around day 75. Flowering indicates tuber formation is underway. Laundry basket plant remained vigorous through flowering. Trash bag plant showed increasing stress, more yellowing leaves, wilting during afternoon heat despite adequate watering. Week 15 Dieback. By day 105, both plants began natural dieback. Foliage yellowed and wilted, signaling tubers were mature. I stopped watering and let soil dry for 5 days before harvest, as recommended for curing potato skins. Part 4 Harvest results. Day 110 Harvest day, I dumped both containers and weighed everything. Laundry basket harvest. I tipped the basket on its side and carefully sifted through the soil. Total potato count, 14 potatoes ranging from golf ball size to large baking size. Total weight 14.7 pounds. Potatoes were evenly distributed throughout the soil column from bottom to top. This confirmed that hilling worked, producing tubers at multiple levels. All potatoes were clean, firm, and free from rot or disease. Trash bag harvest. I carefully cut open the trash bag and spread the soil on a tarp. Total potato count, 11 potatoes, most small to medium size, only 2 large potatoes. Total weight 5.3 pounds. Potatoes were clustered near the bottom. The upper soil layers where I had hilled produced few tubers. Several potatoes showed signs of heat stress, cracking, and irregular shapes. The difference. Laundry basket 14.7 pounds. Trash bag 5.3 pounds. Difference 9.4 pounds or 177% higher yield in the laundry basket. Part 5 Why the laundry basket won. The 9.4-pound difference came down to 3 critical factors. Factor 1 Aeration and root health. Laundry basket perforations allowed 360-degree airflow to roots. Oxygen reached all soil layers continuously. Trash bags have solid walls. Oxygen only enters from the top. Lower soil layers became anaerobic, especially after multiple waterings compacted the soil. I examined roots after harvest. Laundry basket roots were white, healthy, and fibrous. Trash bag roots showed brown discoloration and fewer feeder roots, signs of oxygen stress. Healthy roots produce more tubers, oxygen-starved roots produce fewer. Factor 2 Temperature regulation. Black trash bags absorbed solar radiation and heated soil to 78 degrees F, well above the optimal 60 to 70 degrees F range for tuber development. White laundry baskets reflected heat, keeping soil 10 degrees cooler. High soil temperature reduces tuber set and causes deformed potatoes. This explains why trash bag potatoes were smaller and irregularly shaped. Factor 3. Drainage. Laundry basket drainage is passive and continuous. Water exits through hundreds of perforations instantly. Trash bag drainage depends on manually poked holes at the bottom. Even with 12 holes, water pooled in the bottom, creating waterlogged conditions. I noticed this mid-experiment when I lifted both containers. The trash bag felt significantly heavier, indicating water retention. Potatoes rot in waterlogged soil. While I didn't lose plants to rot, the excess moisture stressed the plant and reduced yield. Part 6, where trash bags failed. Let me be specific about the trash bag method's fatal flaws. Instability. A 55-gallon bag filled with 60+ pounds of wet soil is structurally unstable. It requires external support. Wind, bumps, or uneven ground cause tipping. Tipped containers stress plants and damage developing tubers. Heat absorption. Black plastic is the worst choice for container growing in warm climates. It turns the container into a solar oven. If you must use trash bags, use white or reflective bags. Better yet, shade the bag with reflective material. Poor drainage control. You can poke holes, but you can't match the drainage efficiency of a perforated basket. Water management in trash bags is guesswork. Hilling inefficiency. The unroll and add soil method sounds clever, but it doesn't work well. As you unroll and add soil, the bag becomes taller and more unstable. The added soil compresses the lower layers, reducing aeration further. In the laundry basket, hilling was simple. Add soil, done, no structural issues. Part 7, optimizing the laundry basket method. Based on this test here, how to maximize laundry basket potato yields. Use light-colored baskets. White or light gray baskets reflect heat and keep soil cool. Avoid dark-colored baskets in hot climates. Ensure adequate drainage. Most laundry baskets have sufficient perforations, but check before buying. If holes are sparse, drill additional 1/4-inch holes. Elevate off ground. Place baskets on bricks or blocks. This improves drainage and prevents soil from sitting in pooled water underneath. Hill aggressively. Fill the basket progressively as plants grow. Each hilling layer produces additional tubers. I hilled 3 times and got tubers at 3 distinct levels. Water consistently. Check soil moisture daily. Containers dry faster than in-ground plantings. Water when the top 2 inches are dry. Choose the right variety. Early to mid-season varieties like Yukon Gold, Red Norland, and Fingerlings perform best in containers. They mature in 90 to 110 days and produce well in confined spaces. Late-season varieties need longer and deeper soil than containers provide. Part 8, can trash bags ever work? I'm not saying trash bags can never produce potatoes. They can, but they're inferior to rigid containers in every measurable way. If you absolutely must use trash bags, here's how to improve results. Use white or reflective bags. Reduce heat absorption. White contractor bags exist, use them. Double bag for stability. Place one bag inside another for added structure. This reduces tipping risk. Poke more drainage holes. Use 20+ holes, not 12. More holes, better drainage. Shade the bag. Wrap the bag in reflective material or place it in partial shade during the hottest part of the day. Start shorter. Don't unroll the bag to 38 inches. Keep it at 24 inches max. This improves stability and reduces lower layer compaction. Even with these optimizations, trash bags won't match laundry basket performance, but they'll do better than my test bag did. Part 9, cost-benefit analysis. Let's talk economics. Laundry basket. Cost $3.50. Lifespan 5 to 10 years. Yield 14.7 pounds per season. Cost per pound over 5 years, assuming 14 pounds/year average, 5 cents per pound. Trash bag. Cost $1.20 per bag. Lifespan 1 season, bags degrade and tear. Yield 5.3 pounds per season. Cost per pound over 5 years, $1.13 per pound. The laundry basket is 22 times more cost-effective per pound of potatoes over 5 years. Even if the basket only lasts 3 years, it's still 13 times more cost-effective. The upfront cost difference is $2.30. The yield difference is 9.4 pounds per season. At $3 per pound for organic potatoes, that's $28 in value per season. The laundry basket pays for itself in the first harvest. Part 10. The verdict. Laundry baskets dominate trash bags in every category: yield, plant health, stability, temperature control, drainage, ease of use, and long-term cost-effectiveness. The only advantage trash bags have is initial cost, $1.20 versus $3.50. But that advantage evaporates after one season when you factor in yield differences and bag replacement costs. If you're growing potatoes in containers, use rigid perforated containers. Laundry baskets are the cheapest option. 5-gallon buckets with drilled holes work too. Fabric grow bags are excellent but more expensive. Trash bags are a false economy. They seem cheap, but they cost you in yield, plant stress, and labor dealing with instability and poor drainage. There it is, the side-by-side test. Laundry basket, 14.7 pounds. Trash bag, 5.3 pounds. A 9.4-pound difference driven by aeration, temperature control, and drainage. The internet loves trash bag potato hacks because they're novel and cheap, but novelty doesn't produce food, proven methods do. Invest $3.50 in a laundry basket. Plant your potatoes properly, hill as they grow, harvest 15+ pounds per container. Or save $2.30 on a trash bag and harvest 5 pounds while fighting instability, heat stress, and poor drainage all season. The choice is clear. Are you using laundry baskets or trash bags this season? Have you tested both? Drop your results in the comments. For more tested, evidence-based growing methods, subscribe now. Thanks for watching Plant Space Collective. Your container potato harvest starts with the right container.